Hey ladies, welcome back to my channel where we talk all things life, food, family, and fun. Today, we're talking a food hack for those of us who are trying to reduce the amount of carbs that we are putting in our bodies. So if you're interested in finding out how I make low-carb lasagna without zucchini, just stay tuned, keep watching, and let's do this. So I follow a low-carb diet. That means no bread, pasta, rice, potatoes, or joy. Why do all the yummy carbs have to be so bad for you? And why do I have to love carbs so much? I mean, why can't all the good carbs taste like donuts and all the bad carbs for you taste like kale? You know how the Bible talks about how there's going to be rewards in heaven and I'm going to get jewels in my crown? No, I'm not going to have jewels in my crown. You know what I'm going to have in my crown? Carbs. I mean, there's going to be some serious donuts up in my crown. And then I'm going to break some bread with Jesus. Heaven is awesome. Uh-oh.
Ooh, that's good. Intervention! Just a bite!
But until I receive my amazingly delicious crown, I'm gonna have to reduce the amount of carbs in order to stay healthy while I'm down here on Earth. So I decided to make lasagna because lasagna is healthy, right? It's extremely healthy. Stop judging me. But when I went online to look up low-carb lasagna recipes, every single one of them includes zucchini. Unfortunately, lasagna that's made with zucchini, it just turns to mush. It gets mushy. The zucchini does not stay firm. It gets mushy in there and it just doesn't hold together and it's sad. I'm not knocking it for people who like it. I'm just saying my family's not gonna eat it. So instead, I searched and searched and searched to try and find a way to make lasagna without zucchini where my kids could still eat it. So I found this recipe that goes like this. The first thing you're gonna do is make your mock noodles. You're going to need 8 eggs, 8 ounces of cream cheese that's been softened, half a cup of Parmesan cheese, some garlic powder, onion powder, and Italian seasoning. I use about a half a teaspoon for each one of those, and 2.5 cups of shredded mozzarella cheese. Now, if you want to do this part ahead of time, I did this in the morning because you can keep it in the refrigerator until you're ready to use it. And preheat your oven to 375 degrees, and then you're gonna need to line a 9 by 13 pan, casserole pan, with parchment paper. Then in a bowl, you're gonna cream together the cream cheese and the eggs. Next, add the Parmesan cheese and all the seasonings. Then using a rubber spatula, you're gonna mix that all together until it's really well incorporated. Then you're going to press it into your pan. Now, I use 2 pans because I put half in one, half in the other. That is gonna result in allowing you to have 2 layers in your lasagna. So I'm sorry, I misspoke. 2 pans, 9 by 13, both lined with parchment paper. Press it down into that pan, form a nice, thin, even layer, stick it in the oven on the middle rack, and leave it there for about 20-25 minutes until the edges are golden brown. When it's done baking, you're gonna cool it in the fridge for about 20 minutes, or you can just cool it in the fridge until you're ready to do it. Now, I also make my own personal pasta sauce in the crock pot, and I do that in the morning and leave that all day. So once I've had the noodles already done and the sauce already done, then I put it all together right before I'm gonna bake it, and I don't have a ton of things to do in the evening time. I'll show you up here what it looks like, and you can see what the noodles look like. Once they're completely cooled, you can cut them in thirds. I used a pizza cutter, cut them in thirds, and then you can do your layering. Now, I cook all of my meat and then put it in my sauce and let that simmer all day so that it can incorporate some of those sauce flavors into the meat. So then I pull some of that out with a slotted spoon and add it to my cheese mixture, which tinges it a little bit pink, which is great for Valentine's Day. But don't be afraid if it looks a little pink, that is why. Then you're just gonna layer it all up, and then you're gonna repeat that layer, and then you're gonna bake it for about 35-40 minutes maybe at 375. And then the trick is to pull it out of the oven and let it sit there for like 20 minutes. It's gonna be super, super hot and boiling. If you cut right into it, even with regular lasagna, if you cut right into it, it kind of just falls apart. But if you let it kind of sit and solidify just a little bit for about 20 minutes, it'll cut easier. And then it's gonna taste just like regular lasagna. Nobody is gonna know that you don't have noodles in there. Now, it doesn't have the starchy noodle taste, so keep that in mind. But my husband said to me, who, by the way, is one of the pickiest eaters on the planet, and he actually said to me after eating this that if I did not make this at least 3 or 4 times a year, it would be like I was saying I didn't love him anymore. So I call that a win. If you're following a keto diet or a low-carb diet on a regular basis, you can make this and eat it guilt-free, because remember, you're not eating joy anymore, right? Bread, pasta, rice, flour, you're not eating any of that. Oh, and sugar. I forgot sugar. None of that either. Just throw it away. So that's it for today's video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it inspires you to try something new in the kitchen, and hopefully your family will enjoy it. And until we get to heaven and get our donut crowns, maybe give this a try. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, give it a thumbs up, hit that bell button, and I'll see you in the next video. See you, ladies.